stop until everyone on Earth feels the love.
This disgusting theme.
That's better. And now, hug each other.
If my teacher ever forced me to hug someone, I'd report them. That is so flippin' weird, especially since this guy isn't even in their class.
I'll give her a braid of hair to thank her for her breathing class.
A braided hair? Not only is that a strange gift, that box is way too big for that.
Breathe deeply. Think of your emotions like the surface of a quiet lake.
I thought Miss Bustier was their homeroom teacher. Why is she teaching them yoga or whatever this is? French people, is this normal?
How about you, Marinette? I'm sure you've come up with something awesome as usual.
As usual. This is the first time Miss Bustier's birthday has come around since you started attending here, so how would you know Marinette gives good gifts? She hasn't even given you any gifts other than the scarf that you don't even know is from her. And just so you know, I'm not counting the Lucky Charm because that wasn't meant to be a gift.
If we wish to change the world,
Why is Marinette's finger moving from right to left? Even though it's upside down, most people would flip the direction to follow the actual order of words.
How about you, Chloe? What's your present?
And what about you, Adrian? You're grilling everybody else, but you don't seem to have a gift. Also, I know Adrian is an optimistic idiot when it comes to Chloe, but come on. We all know she didn't get a gift, so why even ask?
nothing. Just like every year since kindergarten.
As a veteran of the school system, I can confidently tell you that no one cares that much about a teacher's birthday. Actually, none of us even knew our teachers' birthdays. Maybe it's different because they've apparently had Miss Bustier as a teacher since kindergarten, but even then, Chloe's reaction should be the norm. Also, how is it even possible to have a single teacher for that long? French people, I must again turn to you and ask, is this normal?
I do have a present for you, Marinette du Pen Cheng.
Chloe did not have enough time to even open the box, yet alone pull out the purse so she could draw on it. I see Marinette's super speed is starting to rub off on her.
What? I know you did this, Chloe Bourgeois!
A 99.56% certainty.
So uncool, Chloe.
They can't even see what happened, and yet they all attack Chloe instantly. This shows just how normal this type of behavior is from her, and it's ridiculous that she hasn't been expelled yet.
I think this present is wonderful. It'll be my new cosmetics bag. Then I'll be able to think of both of you every time I use it.
Miss Bustier, I know you're trying to help, but that's not fair to Marinette. Chloe ruined her present. She has every right to be upset, and Chloe should be punished. You brushing this off is disrespectful to the time and effort Marinette put into your gift.
At least half the city has gotten akumatized because of her!
Paris has a population of 11 million people, Alex, so that may be a bit of an exaggeration.
As the class representative, I want you to set a good example for your classmates. Don't give in to feelings of anger. Try to forgive Chloe instead.
The emotions have weakened.
I'm sure people like Chloe are capable of great things. The problem is they only think of themselves. They don't understand the meaning of love, and we can't force them to change. But perhaps we can show them by setting a good example.
This whole argument is ridiculous. You can show her how to be a better human by punishing her when she screws up, like you would for anyone else. Chloe's problem isn't that she's not shown love. Her problem is that she's never given consequences to her actions. You know, I bet you just don't want to punish Chloe because you're afraid of what her father might do, Miss Bustier. All of this moral grandstanding is just an excuse to avoid angering the mayor, and it ticks me off that this episode goes on to try to make it seem like she's right when she clearly isn't.
And akuma! Oh no, go away! I won't let you evilize one of my students!
There, the mere fear that harm might come to her little protege. Fly, my little evil one, and akumatize her!
You thought you could slip that one past me, huh, Hawkmoth? I hate to break it to you, but you couldn't be more wrong.
Hello, miss.
You can't force me to do evil!
Who said anything about evil? I want to help you unite everyone together with love at last.
Breathe deeply and focus!
For someone who was just preaching about morality, you sure gave in quickly. Now that you can punish Chloe without facing the mayor's wrath, you're all for it, huh? This episode may be trying to make you seem like a hero, but I see through your lies. In all seriousness, we later see Alia, a teenage girl who actually was emotionally distressed, reject an akuma. The fact that Miss Bustier, a fully grown adult who wasn't in any emotional distress, couldn't reject the akuma speaks volumes about her character. Apparently, Marinette's emotions weakening was enough to stop the akuma, even though she was clearly still upset when it got there, but Miss Bustier's fear at simply seeing the akuma was enough to akumatize her instead. This whole situation makes it seem like Hawkmoth doesn't actually need negative emotions to akumatize someone, which completely contradicts everything we've been taught. Was this just an excuse to avoid akumatizing Marinette, or is there an actual rule set to Hawkmoth's powers that I'm just not understanding? Marinette, just go break the lip balm, or at least take it with you. With how long this is taking, you could have transformed, broke it, and captured the akuma by now.
Please, Miss Bustier, you've got to snap out of it!
I'm not Miss Bustier! Bustier anymore!
Ladybug, why are you here? No one's even realized there's an akumatized villain yet, and how would you know who she is unless you were there when she transformed? You wouldn't happen to be the student who left with her and hasn't come back, would you?
Oh, what is that thing? It's suddenly gotten very warm in here.
What is wrong with you?
Chloe.
Okay, I understand why biting might be a bad match for a kid's show, but kissing is even worse. Whoever thought of this episode concept needs to be in jail, and I'm not even kidding this time. This is legitimately criminal behavior.
Milan! Are you okay?
I feel feverish. I can't... So...
Why is the infection time so wildly different between people? Sometimes it only takes a second, and sometimes it takes a full minute.
Chloe!
Excuse me, didn't anyone teach you to knock?
I don't like knocking.
Zombizou just destroyed this door, but now it's perfectly intact. Zombizou's mask cannot decide if it has holes in it or where those holes might be.
Ladybug!
Ladybug just gave Chloe a TBI. Maybe that's why Chloe acts so strange for the rest of the episode.
Kissy boo.
I know it's kind of hard to notice when you're panicking, but Adrian's eyes are clearly still green. Maybe Ladybug hasn't noticed that all the infected's eyes are purplish pink yet, but it is worth mentioning.
Yet again, it seems citizens of Paris are in great danger. Since this morning, a strange disease is spreading. Hordes of kissing zombies are spreading throughout Paris.
This is by far the worst zombie apocalypse I've ever seen. Not only are they just normal people, but since they aren't trying to hurt you, it should be easy to keep them at bay. Honestly, this is such a lame threat that the regular old police department should be able to handle it. Zombizou herself is the only actual threat here.
Chloe. Always Chloe. You only think about yourself.
I don't know why we don't just give them what they want.
Yeah, good idea.
Well, sure, but her whole goal is to infect everybody, so I don't think giving up Chloe will change anything.
And we need her as bait to lure Zombizou when the time is right.
Come on, Chloe. Slow down, Chloe.
First of all, how is she supposed to do that? And second of all, how did you mess that up so badly?
Hello? Who's gonna come and save me?
No.
I can't just leave her by herself!
As always in zombie media, an overly empathetic idiot ruins everything and causes others to get infected. I'm so glad we can rehash these old tropes. The zombies couldn't reach Chloe where she was, so everyone should have just stayed put until Ladybug could go grab her. Overly complicating things. Yet another classic of the zombie genre.
Take care of Chloe.
Kim wasn't kissed earlier, so when did this happen?
Rose.
Don't just yell at her, go help her.
Let's take Chloe to the top of the Eiffel Tower. People need to stop invading my personal space!
This whole thing was stupid. If they were really committed to using Chloe as bait, they should have just taken her and left the rest behind. It's not even heartless as it would normally be, because they're at no risk of getting hurt, and they'll all be brought back to their senses by the Miraculous Ladybug. By not doing that, they risked getting infected and wasted a ton of time, which led to them being vastly outnumbered and at risk of being overwhelmed by the Horde.
Just go and save us all.
Nino? Nino!
In an actual zombie movie, this would be a big deal because there is no cure for the infected and they are all at risk of being torn apart and eaten by the zombies. Here, these emotional outbursts make no sense because none of this is going to last.
It doesn't matter that we're the only ones left, Bugaboo, since you'll fix it all in the end anyway.
Cat Noir acknowledging this only makes it worse because it shows that the writers know this and yet they are still trying to pull at our heartstrings like this is an actual zombie movie. Know your genre, guys. In the end, only the three of them are left. If they had done what I suggested earlier, they would have gotten here 10 times faster and with a lot less drama.
Ladybug, catch!
How did Ladybug know this place was empty? She could have just been feeding Chloe right to the zombies for all she knew.
You're the only one who can fix this for us. No arguing now.
So why did we need Chloe again? Zombizou was going to have to come after you for your miraculouses anyway, and now we've lost Cat Noir because you, for some reason, committed to dragging around this dead weight.
It's down to you and me. Chloe?
Ladybug, are you blind? This is the worst hiding spot I've ever seen. How did you not notice her for even a second?
Hand over Chloe and your miraculous Ladybug.
Hey, Zombizou, why haven't you taken Cat Noir's miraculous yet? You might want to do that before Ladybug magically pulls a 180 and saves the day.
Victory has never been so close.
That's just because the characters are all idiots. In a realistic world, this would have been over 20 minutes ago. But then again, idiocy is a requirement for zombie shows. You know, I'm glad we're sticking with all the worst zombie tropes and ignoring all the good ones. It's much more interesting that way.
Don't worry, kitty. You'll get your kisses. But first, I have a lucky charm I need to use.
he'll get his kisses. What the heck does that mean?
Save us all, Ladybug!
If Chloé, a regular girl, had enough time to jump in the way, Ladybug, the superhero, definitely had enough time to dodge. And it was that easy. So why exactly did it take us 18 minutes to get to this point?
I let my negative emotions get the upper hand. How terrible. I'm terrible.
That's not true.
It is true, and don't you dare try to gaslight me into believing otherwise.
But I hurt a lot of people.
No, I did. And when I saw everyone had prepared a gift for you, I totally lost it. Because I too would have liked to offer you something. I'm sorry, Miss Bustier.
You should be apologizing to Marinette, not Miss Bustier. After all, it was her present you ruined. What, you thought I was gonna praise her for this? Praise what? This sloppy character development that doesn't make any sense, that is incredibly shallow and performative? Yeah, after what I just had to sit through, that's an impossible task. Y'all aren't gonna help them down? I'm sure there's a way down, but it seems rude to just let them figure it out when it's your fault they're up there in the first place.
I heard you helped Ladybug and saved Miss Bustier. Awesome! Girl, are you still Zombizou-fied or what? I realize Chloé has a heart too. She just doesn't know how to use it. Hopefully she'll learn if we continue setting a positive example.
Chloé has had 13 years to learn from your examples. Why on earth would that suddenly change now? And that's a question to both Marinette and the writers. If you want to start character development, there needs to be an actual catalyst for the behavioral change, and personally, I don't see any. I cannot overstate enough how uncomfortable this episode made me. Normally, I'd only give infinite sins for major plot contradictions, but this episode's very existence is a sin. I honestly don't even want to make this video. That's how bad it is.
No one can escape my kiss.
So everyone should have just stayed put until Who's Chloé? So everyone should have just stayed put until I almost did it again. So why exactly did it take us 13 minutes to 18? So why exactly did it take us 13? Why do I keep saying 13? It's 18.
Today, Rose, you seem less annoying.
So that was a lie.
From now on, everyone's going to hug and kiss and feel the love.
Oh yes, you're angry!
Honestly, I felt like I was about to get akumatized this whole time. What a terrible episode. Thank you to M.O.D E, Cast Creations, Buy a Membership, MC, and Allie Onyx for supporting the channel on Patreon.